Rocket and Raygun time, everybody. We are talking Best Puzzle Game of 2016. We've got a great bunch of nominations in this category and a great bunch of fellows to talk about it. Jose Sanchez, Steve Tilley, and Ben Silverman are here with me. Jose, let's start with you. Our nominees are The Witness, BoxBoxBoy for the 3DS, SuperHyperCube for PlayStation VR, Hue, and Picross 3D Round 2 also for the 3DS. Which one of those games gets your pick for Best Puzzle?
Witness meets!
I'm not surprised. That's the one that you reviewed for us actually earlier this year, and it's an incredibly challenging experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games just like one of the Play Dead games where they don't tell you anything.
Yeah.
They don't give you nothing. You're just like, here's some things, go. You're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and you have to use your brain power or the power of whoever's watching your stream to help you solve some of these puzzles. You're like, what does the red block do? The green block doesn't do that. The blue block doesn't do, and then there's this yellow block. What the hell's the yellow block do? I have no fucking clue what's happening in this game. Like, I think
You're not selling the game, Jose.
85% of the game, I had no idea what the hell was happening, but I had a damn great time playing it. I mean, I finished the game, but there's still so much that I need to go back. I would love to go back now and play through it and find some of the other hidden puzzles that I didn't find, or just try to figure out what exactly it was that I missed. But it's one of those games that does have, like, you can finish it and not be finished with it and go through and find all kinds of new stuff that you didn't even know, or things that you thought you knew about you didn't even realize you did, and go back and play again. So The Witness is going to get my vote.
I applaud that vote. Ben Silverman, what's yours?
Yeah, The Witness is going to win this category, I'm pretty sure. But I don't really know. I didn't play Hue at all. Picross, I think, is, it's Picross, and it's good. Picross does what Picross does well.
Yeah.
But I feel like The Witness is really, a puzzle isn't just trying to figure out a puzzle. It's also, kind of the grander puzzle of this world and why you're there and what happened. Everything about this video game, even its development, was puzzling.
Yeah.
Even its creator is maybe the biggest puzzle of all.
Yeah.
That guy's out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
And I love him for that.
He's an obsessive kind of tinkerer and a creator, and he's opinionated. Jonathan Blow, we're talking about. But I kind of like those individuals and that personality in our business. I feel like we need some of these super kind of ambitious, crazy people, right?
He's a lunatic, and he's kind of a prick, but he's a nice guy. It depends what it's like, what day you meet him. He's a fascinating artist, and I like artists, whether they are, making games that you understand, whether they're making things you don't understand, whether they're pleasant, whether they're unpleasant, whether it takes them 8 years or 2 years. The Witness, to me, was a real moment this year when it came out, and everyone at the beginning of the year, everybody I knew, were just banging their heads on these little stupid line puzzles. We were all at first like, I can't believe this game is just a bunch of little line puzzles. And then like 9 hours later, you're like, hey, how do you get to the one that they're stuck on the thing with the thing, and then they got the little boats, and what the fuck do the boats do? Like, everyone got locked into that. I think for me, the most disappointing of these games, interestingly, is SuperHyperCube, which was a game that I was really excited to try. And then when I was doing it in VR, I was like, why am I doing this in VR? I could do this not in VR.
Yeah, I wanted more out of that game too. And actually, The Witness is coming to VR. But SuperHyperCube felt like a level in a Spider-Man game that we've played in every Spider-Man game, where Spider-Man has to swing through fans and things like that and just narrowly avoid stuff and not get squished. But it's Tetris pieces now, it feels like.
I wanted a little bit more from that game. So, I mean, for me, this category, it's John Below.
Hue is actually pretty cool. It's kind of a take on the Limbo aesthetic. It's all black and white, but of course, as its name suggests, you find some colors to help you solve the puzzles that are in the game. And it's got a beautiful soundtrack and a British voiceover, which is really compelling, and it's got a real artistic kind of flair to it. I like this game a lot. I think it's a nice one to go out there and search out. And I think that one you can actually play on the PS4, on the PC, and the Vita, of all places. Steve Tilley, what's your pick for Best Puzzle?
I used to love the Myst game. Well, love and hate the Myst games back in the day, because I could never make sense of so many of the puzzles.
Yes.
I was really drawn in by this weird world where I wanted to know what the connection between all this stuff was and just what was going on. I think the sign of a good puzzle game is throwing yourself at a puzzle over and over and saying, this is impossible. I can't do this. This cannot be. Oh, oh shit, that's it. You have that moment, that eureka moment where you just break through.
Yeah.
And it's like the Witness is like a series of those over and over. You just get to a point where you think there's no way I can figure this out. I've got to go online. I've got to, get a walkthrough or something. And sometimes even when you're not playing the game, your mind starts turning things over, and you realize what the solution is. So I love a game that is so it's aggravating and yet ultimately rewarding.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what Witness gave us. I mean, yeah, it had a bizarre development process, and Jay Blow's a weirdo, but
he
the
brings
final
us
product was a fantastic puzzle game.
Yeah, and he brings us great things, and it's kind of cool to play something that you can see it's an extension of their mind, and it's so personal, right? The other games, I mean, they're
He's got some weird shit in his mind.
He does.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, totally. But the other games are either direct sequels, or you can kind of see the correlation to something that's been out there. And I think that The Witness picks up the baton from Myst, but that's not an easy baton to pick up, and it's an intimidating one, I think. So I just think you have to applaud the effort and the ambition of The Witness, and the cost, and all the extra stuff to get something that is that sort of elaborate and ornate and difficult, finished, made, and delivered. And now it's on a bunch of different platforms, and I think we've got another unanimous decision here. The Witness is our best puzzle game for 2016. There you go. Witness. All right, we've got a lot more Rocket and Ray Guns. Don't go away.